My name is Luke. We're here with the Local Jacks Radio Show. I'm here with Jamie, and we're here to talk to you guys about what we're about and what we're going to be doing here going into the future.
And you're now tuned in to the Jacks Local Radio Show. Jacks Local Radio Show. Jacks Local Radio Show. Jacks Local Radio Show.
All right, we're back and talking to Luke Gardner here, and we want to talk about a little bit about you. Born and raised, where you were from.
So I grew up with a military background, so ping-ponged all over the place. Been here in Jacksonville for about 6 years. I met Jamie at Park Avenue Billiards. You were DJing at the time?
Yeah.
So I loved what he was about. I liked the music that he was bringing there. We kind of stayed connected over the last couple of years. I think it was just last month that you reached out to me, showed me your website.
Yeah.
So what I saw, I think it's great. I like what he's doing. And right now, me and him are kind of partnering up, figuring out ways that we can actually make this into something big and give a voice to all the people here in Jacksonville.
And then heading towards like the 904 pop-up.
Yeah, we'll be doing that next week. We'll be kind of going to these pop-ups, interviewing local businesses that are just starting up, kind of give them a little bit of a voice so people can hear what they're about and see them all around Jacksonville.
That's the main thing, is giving them a voice to be heard. Is one of my key slogans.
Yep, and that goes for everything. Content creators, if you're just making peanuts, if you're making clothes, boutiques, if you're into music, if you're into art, we kind of want to give a voice to you and give you guys a platform so you guys can promote yourselves.
Yeah, definitely if you're creating an art form, music, clothing line, jewelry, anything to do with painting, anything to do with art, definitely.
Yep,
you want to be involved.
And we want to get the story behind why you're doing this too. Just give a context of the product, of why you're building it, everything encompassing the person behind the product. So even for artists and music, whatever drove you to make that kind of music, we want to hear stories that got you to that point.
It ain't just going to be podcasts too. It's going to be trying to get a radio station with local DJs playing local music and mainstream, showing off their skills, showing off local skills of music artists. And I'm also going to have the website, trying to do pop-up events, doing our own events, podcasts, we got our clothing line, trying to get the word out, the message out, and spreading the love of spreading your art forms.
Yeah.
Giving your art forms exposures.
I love what you got done with the website. I think it's like a one-stop shop for anything and everything Jacksonville. Instead of like actually going to Google like what to do in Jacksonville, you go to this website and it'll have anything and everything that you could find local to Jacks.
And the website has the homepage, then you got the radio station, over 40 genres. Then you have Keep It Local, which has your local artists, photographers, musicians, even beat makers, promoters, writers, and it has all kinds of category breakdowns. And then you get into the Jacks nightlife section, and it's talking about bars, pubs, lounges, hookah lounges, pool halls, bowling alleys, all that part.
It's anything and everything that has to do with Jacksonville.
And then you have the headlines with the what's popping and going on currently, you know what I'm saying? So you have the headline section of what's going on. You click on those, they'll go to either one of their profiles or websites or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's cool. You can literally spend probably about like 20-30 minutes just going through all of the stuff locally in Jacks through that website. So I really like what you've done with it.
So let's talk about some of these people you want to interview.
So I got a couple. What I do on the side, look, I've been doing this for about 6 months now. I go to like pop-up markets and I kind of help local businesses with their social medias. And I really like being a part of people that are just starting out their businesses. They're growing something and they have so much immense passion for it. They still have full-time jobs and on the side they're still working on this. And now that I'm actually been exposed, seeing people do this stuff, in any way, what actually really brings me passion is actually seeing these people evolve their business, doing different things, growing, and challenging themselves to just do a good thing or be better.
And what was your actual title you telling me about?
At this point, man, I'm just trying to figure that out.
Social media market.
To some degree,
Marketer.
I see what people can do on social media. It's a great platform to like express yourself in a positive way. There is so much toxic stuff behind it. You just got to choose what you want to do when it comes to that stuff or how you want to focus. And I tend to surround myself or want to surround myself with people that are actually pushing themselves in the right direction. And that's what I like doing with social media marketing.
As you see, we're at the beach right now. It's nice and warm.
In our jackets.
We just we like to dress stylish.
It's winter in Florida, guys. Okay, so we can be cold.
Would you say you're an empath? Because that's
to some degree.
That's why pretty much I'm so involved with doing this Jack's Local Radio Show. It's like I'm an artist myself and done all my art form stuff, but I put my stuff on the back burner and focus on other artists, trying to help them up, build them up, because when they succeed, I feel like I succeed.
Yeah, I get that, and that's the biggest thing that I've looked at. Anything that was very like individualistic, I wasn't really much of a fan of. I guess in some ways you could say I'm an empath. I do like actually seeing other people succeed. It makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially if you help them a little.
Oh
bit.
yeah. If you're impactful and they even say like just the small words like I guess you say affirmations, just saying, hey man, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Like small stuff like that does mean a lot, and I do take pride when people do say that for something that I've contributed to. What got you into this whole website? When did you decide to start
the website
doing
or the whole thing?
Kind of the website. What was your thought process when you were developing it?
Well, I seen this girl show me her website, and I was like, wow, that website looks very professional. And she was doing setting up for where you want to go on vacation. Okay. She'll set you all up. Like a travels package, whatever.
Travel agent?
Travel agent, that's what she
okay.
is. Yeah, so she was venturing out, wanting to try that. So she created her own website, and I was like, wow, I like how that format is, you know what I'm saying? I could probably work with that.
Okay, nice.
And then I got on there and started tinkering, and I was like, you know what? This is working straight to my ideas.
Yeah. So you're saying like the website was a great way to flesh out all the ideas that you had with.
So I was like, you know what? I can create something. It's kind of not like a Facebook, but like I know in the past where people will always come to me and say, hey, any local DJs? Hey, any bartenders? Hey, any people like this? Because I have so many followers, and I figured this way, anybody can get on there and find,
you
DJs.
Just Google, yeah.
But if you go like on Facebook, you ain't gonna just be like, hey, I need to find a DJ. You're gonna still ask. Or you're going to be researching, looking for these DJs on there. You know what I'm saying? This way, it's right there. You go right to DJs, it's the list of your local DJs.
Yeah, and that's like I said, it's one of the biggest things I like. I liked how detail oriented your website was, like how fleshed out. Like it is just the one-stop shop for everything and anything all Jags.
And if you're looking for a certain DJ, there's a search bar on there. You just type that name in. Yep. Boom. And you can go search.
Same thing with like pool halls or bars or even gentlemen's clubs if that's your fancy. So it's definitely a great spot, and like with what we got planned going in the future, we definitely plan on doing podcasts, bringing like local entrepreneurs, artists, and just anyone in Jacksonville that's just trying to build themselves up and give them a platform to talk, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I think I like about my website is there's no negativity on it. You won't be able to comment, you won't be able to rate, you won't be able to review, because you might get a Karen comes to your job, and she's just blowing up with this negative review. Yeah. And you'll be like, that's not true.
Yeah, and you get the.
So this is like a fresh start for everybody.
Yeah, you get to block all that stuff. It's just actually showing what.
Find out for yourself.
Exactly. I like that.
Not everything's everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Totally Michael Jackson's the king of pop. Not everybody liked him. If you went by the reviews on him, you know what I mean? You would never know.
Yeah, everyone's got to think for themselves, though. That's the biggest thing. Well, any like closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts?
Yeah.
Clothing thoughts.
Clothing?
Make sure you get some clothing.
Yes, he's been spending about 2 weeks nonstop on that clothing stuff. I got a shirt.
Obsessive.
It's on its way. Shipping does take a little while, so just bear with that. Keep that in mind. But some of the shirts are fire. I really do like what you pulled out there. So.
And that's also a learning process too.
Yep.
I made a bunch of stuff. Then I start finding some new stuff. Like, oh, you know what? I could do this. So I go back and edit the old stuff and try to make those more fire.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be rocking the t-shirt when we do another one of these. But we'll have to be inside because it's a t-shirt and it's not long sleeves.
Yeah, well, I got sweatshirts too. So my sweatshirts I just made are pretty fire. And I got sweatpants.
There you go.
And book bags.
Well, let me get the shirt first. Other than that, I think going forward, we want to do this. We want to do these podcasts more consistently. Like prove to you guys that we're actually like doing this stuff and meaning what we're doing. So we'll definitely be like, I think next year, sometime beginning of next year is when we're gonna be going full bore.
Yeah, going hard January 1st.
January 1st. So hopefully we'll have like a good lineup of just podcasts and people that you guys can listen to.
Trying to launch a website.
Yep.
Clothing line. Get some podcasts done. Get some DJs getting movement on the radio station.
Yep. Get all that stuff going. So we're on Facebook and Instagram, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all that stuff's taken care of. So.
And everything's simple. Jack's Local Radio Show.
Jack's Local Radio
on
Show.
everything. You don't have to put / nothing.
There you go. That makes it easier.
So if you're on Facebook, Jack's Local Radio Show. Instagram, Jack's Local Radio Show.
Boom.
YouTube, Jack's Local Radio Show.
I like it.
Website, Jack's Local Radio Show.
So, I don't know. Is that a wrap? Have we got anything else?
That's a wrap for me.
Awesome. Sweet. We survived. We did it. Good to see all of our nervous ticks now after this is done.
Now you got to watch it.
I don't want to do that.
If you'd like to help support the show promoting local talent, please cash app us at # Jack's Local Radio Show.